That is like prayers answered. It's life changing. I don't think you are the person for this role. And I have to say that to one of my closest friends at the time. Hey, welcome back to the Brew. So I am Doll, your host, and excited you're here. The Brew, faith, hustle, and the honest between. I actually don't think I can make it to this episode today, cause like it's been a very busy day this week. I have tests, I have RAs, I have assignments to make up for, and week is also the week I'm gonna move out. A lot of things going on, but you know what? I still love this podcast a lot. What I learned from building something that no one cares about. I first had the vision of hosting a service group. People can find their place at home where students can actually come together in faith and not just a passive faith-based club like others club that existed on campus. First, when I got a vision, I prayed a lot and everything was going on very well. And I even found a co-founder. We was not really close at the time, and I came up to this girl. My first impression with her is that she preached the Bible publicly, and it that was impressive. It's like you're trying to look for a salesman. It's not like she is a salesman or anything, but imagine you're looking for a salesman and someone on the street literally just marketing for their products boldly. Immediately after I know her for a little while, I invited her to do one to one with me, and went terrible. I say with all my will, it went out terrible. At the time, I was a very over prepared, so we should have like president, we should have assistant, we should have things like that, and it turned out disappointed me because I put a lot of expectation into the club, and it's I would say really my relationship with her went downside very bad. I didn't know anything about leadership. I didn't know anything about starting a club. I didn't know anything. We started in the summer after freshman year. And two freshmen just trying to figure out a club. Miscommunications happened and she was not able to reply me like on time and things like that. And I was mad, I was stressed out. I felt super lonely at that time. And I didn't know what kind of relationship it would looks like for you to have, for a founder to have with a member, or founder to have with a team member. When the club actually launched in our sophomore year, man, I was stressing. I was skipping lunches. I was inviting everyone. I was burned out, and every meetings, no, like nothing actually went as I expected. Nothing actually went as I expected, and what that resulted in after about about two meetings is that I told her, "Hey, I don't think you are the person for this role. I don't think it's the right season for you to be doing this with me." And I have to say that to probably one of my closest friends at the time. And that was the start of all my following lessons. Plus God, because Nothing went as I expected, yet everything went as God's way and everything turned out to be good. After that, I recruited two leaders. It turned out crazy again. It's one of my first lessons about recruiting people. Like, I actually sat down with the girl I recruited, and we have had a coffee and things like that. Things went well. And after the first meeting, where she's supposed to like bring pastries and food and stuff, after that, I have never seen her face again in our meetings. And I actually checked in on her a lot of times, and I also talked to her about time management and about applying on time. And man, she did not apply on time. She did not. I mean, she's a good person. She's very friendly whenever I see her in the hallway, but girl, I haven't seen you since that last meeting. And the girl that I recruited, which was my Quentin, the relationship went downfall because I don't know how to use my team members. I carry everything on myself, and I was in the meeting. I was very over prepared, and I was very focusing about how to make it perfect. That experience just taught me so much about leadership in general and how to work with people. Like, I don't have to be like a girl boss to work with people. Like, I don't have to actually build up like an image of myself that doesn't have flaws, or I don't have to treat them different from my friends or from my acquaintances. Just common sense. And it just took me so long to realize that by myself, and I don't know why. It feels like you really have to try to have a team and to actually talk to people to be able to know how to lead people. And right now I realize that really they're gonna look at you. They're gonna look at you for the vibe in the room. They're gonna look at you to set the culture for the room. And I believe, unless you have like a major character flaws or something like that along that line that people obviously doesn't like you, it's just be yourself in leadership and treat people like how you would treat your normal friends, how you would treat your acquaintances. Be kind, be nice, be generous, like just biblical advice. Yeah, don't make the same mistake as me. I pray you wouldn't. And the guy that I recruited, other than the girl who I wasn't able to see again after the first meeting, he treated me differently. Because why? Because I treated him differently from how I normally treat my friends and just other people I know. People gonna mirror the behavior you perform with them. So in my relationships, where I just built up a wall in our first conversations and things like that, the relationships often went bad, and it's often went awkward until I be comfy and treat them like how I would treat the people that I am not responsible for and I am not in charge for. I actually paused my club for 2 months, I would say, to figure it out and to know what I am supposed to do. And man, just yesterday, yeah, yesterday, I we have had our best meeting with like 6 people in a meeting. That is our best. That meeting was our best meeting ever. It's just wonderful how God works in us. And that is like prayers answered. I I actually shocked, and that was one of my best day in such a long time. It feels like I've been like 40 years or something. And it's just mind blowing to me how God actually worked with faith and not with performance. I was trying to be the leader. I was learning to be a leader from the word. I was obsessed with leadership, initiator. All I need to do is trust. From that story, some of my advice or some of the things I learned throughout that messy process, and I would say throughout nearly half a year. No, it's half a year running a club, running a team, just building something is that, man, I thought I have to be like the cool CEO to be able to run a club, to be able to lead people through that way. When all I need to do is really just be real with them, like talk to them what's going on, ask them, is this okay, if that would be cool, and just discuss like y'all are like normal human being, like y'all are friends, like y'all are people who actually have real relationship with each other. I don't know why such common sense was not realized by me. Like, man, I don't even know. Secondly, man, what I learned, I would say I learned a lot about being burned out. Like when you first started something, don't try to do everything perfect. Like I can okay, that sounds like common sense. Everything I will be talk about sounds just like common sense. I've heard about this one rule named 2080 rule where you put 20% of effort and get 80% of the results. That rule, just do the minimum thing. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are a teen, if you are a young builder, something along that line, if you're about to start something, advice from a person with a podcast, with a startup project, with a club, is writing a novel, is that don't do everything perfectly. Do everything bare minimum over time. I'm starting this podcast. I didn't start it with perfect lighting. I didn't start with a perfect camera. I'm literally filming on my iPad right now with a microphone I bought on Amazon. And still, I'm still doing a podcast. And while I was running that club, man, I don't have to have my flyer stick on perfectly timed. I don't have to have the best flyers ever. Really, the things that worked best for my club at the time and still right now is just invite people personally. Do everything minimum and just get started. Just going with the momentum. Thinking about how to execute your idea without being perfect and cut down 80% of your efforts to only 20 and get 80% of the result just by minimum effort. The third thing I would want to say is time management. Obviously, that's like the elephant in the room. Time management. I'm definitely not an expert in time management. Like you can tell, I am literally filming my podcast on the day I'm supposed to just upload it. And shame all on me, but I have been doing pretty well. I've been doing pretty well, maybe until now. So the things that works for me personally is don't do everything on impulse. Actually plan it out. Something that helped my life a lot and I've been using it for 2 days. Man, is actually having a planner. Like you can see every single day on the planner, you can write down what you need to do every single day, what you need to do in months, what you need to do in that year, what's your goal, and things like that. Just having something to see it visually is it's just so helpful. And I didn't even know until 2 days before. I think Google Calendar and Apple Calendar would work just fine, but trust me, bro. Actually, get yourself like a planner. It's life changing. Set up yourself the dates for when you would do what. It- So that's what I learned from building something that no one attended. It's the core brew. Faith, hustle, and the honest middle. I'm Doe. Episodes every Wednesday. Hopefully. Be see you again. Stay